Hey everybody, Brayden Fields here. Today I'm bringing you guys a story. It's called Mountain Love. Written, producing, and directed by me. Part 1. All from the beginning. Giulia Diéguez and Javier Amos Perez are having a great, wonderful family in Evangeline, Kentucky, the biggest city in the world of state in Kentucky. In 1994, the baby boy was born in the hospital named Terry Keith Diéguez, who is an autistic boy who loves drawing, singing songs, playing guitar, being kind, respectful, caring, and loving his family and friends. He loved his friends that is nicer, kind, and supportive to him. Terry's parents are proud of him for being a great child to his family. In 1996, Terry's mom was pregnant with another baby boy. At the hospital, Terry had a little brother, Alberto Luis Diéguez. Terry and Alberto became brothers and stick together. They had a great relationship between two brothers. Family is more than just the blood. It's also love. In 1998, he went to East Evangeline Elementary and Middle School in 2002. Terry graduated from elementary and middle school in 2009. He went to Brooklyn County Central High School in 2009. This is the last year for Terry. He is a senior who is doing a great hard work and focus without a distraction. In 2014, he got a scholarship to Brooks University College in Evangeline, Kentucky. He has a dream to become an adventure writer in his life and becomes a photographer who can take pictures and write a story about it. Part 2. Bullying in the middle of a class. The next day in Brooklyn County Central High School, Terry was heading to the next class in fourth period. It's Earth-Space Science. Terry's teacher, Randy Jerry Frederickson. He is a very nice guy who is supporting kids that is having a hard time and needs some help. Terry sees a bully who has a lot of hate in his heart, Jeffrey Duntsch. He is jealousy, mean, and rude to everyone, including Terry and his brother. "Alright, class," he said. "Today's lesson is about the importance of being an astronaut and heading out of space and learning about how the universe works." Students are doing their best to learn about the universe and space. Terry and his brother and his friend James working with space and space programming. Jeffrey throws a paper ball at Alberto. Alberto looked and he saw him sitting and looking on his phone. Mr. Frederickson saw Jeffrey being on his phone on Instagram. "Jeffrey, no phone in the middle of the class. Do your homework," he boomed. Jeffrey rolled his eyes and disrupted. "Ugh, fine," he said. Mr. Frederickson coming towards to Terry, Alberto, and James with their hard work. "Wow, boys, you guys did an amazing job. That looks amazing," he said impressively. He looked at Terry. "Terry, I am very proud of you for doing a great task for me, and that includes you too, Alberto," he said proudly. Jeffrey went furious with Terry and Alberto. Then the school bell rang. When Terry and Alberto went to the locker, Jeffrey came toward them, and he is not happy. "Terry, I can't stand you for taking attention away from me. You are such a loser, and that includes you too, Alberti," he said, growly. Terry is not having it. "Jeff, you need to stop this. You're just jealous because you don't do anything to be successful in life. And second, I'm not just going to stand here and not going to fight with you over anything," he said. The kids hear the argument from here, and they watched it. "Oh, really? You think you and your brother are so perfect and cool, but you're not, and I am tired of it. Because you two ruined my whole life when I was born and young kid," he added. Terry is not happy about what he just said. "That's not true, Jeff. You are the one who ruined your life by yourself, not us. You're a liar, selfish, spoiled, disrespectful, and cruelty. We've been nothing but nice to everybody, including you, since we got here. You should know the one thing. The way you treat people, it always comes back to you," he said formally. The kids were cheering for Terry and Alberto and supporting them. Jeffrey became completely enraged. He punched Terry in the face and pushed him in the ground. Terry can fight back with all his strength. The other teacher, Wayne Harrison, stopped them from the fighting. He felt shocked that Terry is unconscious. Terry passed out for a second. Jeffrey was sent to the office. The 25-year-old principal, Lance Smith, was very disappointed with Jeffrey. He is in 10th grade. "Jeffrey, I can't imagine what you have done to Terry, and you don't do any work from your classes. I'm very disappointed in you. You're suspended for 2 weeks," he said confrontly. Jeffrey's parents were not mad at him. They were happy to him and gave him an ice cream. "Good job, kid. You did a fantastic job today. He deserves what he gets, and we hate him," he said schemingly. Part 3. Bad Accident. In 2011, Alberto turned 15 years old on May 24, 2011. Terry turned 17 years old on April 23, 2011 before Alberto. Alberto learns how to drive and learns how to follow the laws and rules until then one day something has gone horribly. "Oye, Alberto, can you get us some groceries from the supermarket?" his mother asks. "Sí, mama, lo haré. I'll be very careful and promise," he replied. He went to the car and drove away from the house. 3 hours later, he got some groceries from the checkout and he went back to his car and drive home. Then at 2:40 p.m., the driver was driving too fast and drunkenly crashed into the Alberto at Main Street and El Dorado Boulevard. The driver identified the man as Billy John Duntsch. Billy killed Alberto during the car accident. Police officers arrested the man and charged him with felony murder and aggravated battery and hit and run of Alberto. When the police officers arrived Terry's family home, the officers tell them what happened. They were heartbroken, upset, and shocked. "No, mijo," Javier said, heartbreaker. Alberto Luis Diéguez had just passed away from the car accident and tragedy. The family members felt shocked and sad as well. The news reporter told the world about the criminals in Evangeline, Kentucky. "We have shocking news. A 15-year-old boy, Alberto Luis Diéguez, who was killed in an accident in Main Street. The Dunches are still out there and killing innocent people. If you see them, call 911 immediately." Part 4. Aftermath Incident. In May 26, 2011, Terry's parents were in the funeral of their son Alberto. Giulia and Javier Diéguez felt devastated that his son passed away from the accident. They said goodbye to their dead son, and then this happened again. After the funeral in Evangeline, Kentucky, they were driving home to tell their son Terry about his brother died from the accident. And then Billy Duntsch's wife, Karen Duntsch, was angry and drunk about her husband is in prison. She was driving too fast aggressively in the middle of the night and crashed into them. The cars caught on fire and causing chaos. The cars crashed into one another cars, and that's on fire. The crowd was in panic and shocked. They ran away from the scene. The drivers were killed and injured. Terry Diéguez was deeply shocked and heartbroken about what happened. Karen Duntsch was arrested and charged with felonious murder and false imprisonment. A few days later, Terry met his parents at the funeral, and heartbroken and sad. He said that he will make them proud and said goodbye to his dead parents. On April 23rd, he turned 18 years old in 2012. And in May 26th, Terry graduated from high school and becomes successful in his life than he has ever been. He makes his family proud and happy. Part 5. Meet the Girl. After all the years of tragedy and sadness in his family that Terry has been through in his entire life, Terry turns 22 years old on April 23rd, 2016. And in the morning, April 24th, he meets a girl named Isabella Sofia Mersadiez, who is nicer, kind, respectful, friendly, caring, and understandable. Terry introduced himself. "Hola, me llamo Terry Diéguez. ¿Cómo te llamas?" he said. Oh, sí, me llamo Isabella Mersadiez, she said. Terry and Isabella were friends since the day of school. It's been a long time since I first met you, Terry. I'm so sorry about that you lost your parents and your brother. I completely understand that you are going through the difficult times to handle, she said with all her heart. Thank you, Isabella. It's been so tragic and heartbreaking about everything, he said, replied with his true feelings. Terry becomes a boyfriend to Isabella. Isabella becomes a girlfriend to Terry, and they fell in love together. Isabella is 23 years old and lived with her parents, Roberta Maria Mersadiez and Roberto Jose Barbero. And then 3 months later, Terry received a phone call from the court asking him to come over to the courthouse on June 26, 2016. Yes, I'll come over by the afternoon, he responded. Part 6. Serve Justice. After that, in June 26, 2016, Billy and Karen Duntsch are in Brooklyn County Jail. They were charged with felony murder, aggravated battery, false imprisonment, and reckless endangerment. And they went to the court for a trial. And then the next day, the trial began. Judge Robert Vance Tilsa started the trial of Billy and Karen. All right, people, you all might be right, Judge Tilsa said. Okay, you might be seated. Good morning. I am Judge Robert Tilsa, presiding over Evangeline of court. Today is June 11th, 2016, and 4:30 p.m. We are here today in the matter of Billy Duntsch of case 39 and 74, he said sternly. The family members delivered impact statement and important testimony to the court. First up, Terry delivered testimony and impact statement to the court from his emotions and thoughts. On May 25th, you killed my little brother, Alberto. He just turned 15 years old in May 24th. He is a great little brother that I can remember for the last time I saw his face, he said. You are disgraceful for hating families and hating friends. The reason that people don't like you so much because you are mean, selfish, disgusting, rude, and spoiled and cruelty. You did all of this as a sin. You would be here where Satan and devil were. God will never forgive you and never accept your apology for your actions and your mistakes. And on May 30th, Miss Duntsch, you killed my parents, Giulia and Javier Diéguez, right after the funeral of my brother, he said. I was at school in the middle of a class when my friend Paco showed me the video of you running into my parents and dragged them out of the car, and you had a gun to kill them. You two are out of control. You have anger issues. Can't control your temper. You and your husband are psychopaths. There's nothing the court can do anything that will provide justice for my family and friends. I hated you as long as I could be, he said, his true emotions. Next up is Giulia's mother, Terry Andrea Diéguez, delivered an impact statement. I don't believe what I'm seeing. You two killed my daughter, Giulia. You two are sinful and disgraceful, Giulia's mother speaking. Next victim is grieving father, Paul Lucas Brooks, and grieving son, Cedric Tyler Brooks, are delivering impact statements. On September the 11th, you killed my daughter, Lisa Brandy Brooks. She has autism and doesn't even know what's going on, and you took her and shot her in her heart. And you killed my wife, Stacy Nance Brooks. Since that moment, you literally show no remorse, and you have no emotions whatsoever. Because you hate family and hate everyone that hates you too. The Bible says, thou shalt not kill, but you two broke commandment. God is going to punish you two as a sin. And now, grieving son is turned to deliver important message to the killers. Your Honor, I really want to thank you for honoring my mother and my sister. I want to say sorry for being so angry at you. I was just really a lot of stress and depression because of my loss, he said. My name is Cedric Brooks, and I'm a brother of Lisa Brooks, and I'm a son of Stacy Brooks. Oh, and my best friend of Terry Diéguez and Isabella Mersadiez. My mom, Stacy, is the owner of her own restaurant, El Paso Texas Cafe. It's the best decision that she can ever did and imagined in her life. It made people feel happy and enjoy the days. Now she's gone and killed because you two killed my mother and killed my sister. They're in heaven now because of you two. That is very scary and I'm very upset with you two, he said. You two should know that what happens in the dark always comes to the light. You two broke the commandment, thou shalt not kill. That's in the Bible of Jesus Christ. God knows everything what you two did as a sin, he replied. Billy and Karen is not happy about it. He started an outburst, objecting and fighting in courtroom. Judge Chelsea orders the room to be immediately cleared. Officers arrest Billy and Karen and taken away from the courtroom. Order is now restored. Judge Chelsea is disgusted with Billy and Karen, who killed Diéguez's family and the others. You know, I will be more concerned about Terry is going through a lot of hard times, but though you two did all of it as a sin, I believe that God is going to punish you two for your own actions and crimes. I'm going to charge you two for contempt of court, assaulting the peace officer, and obstructing justice. Billy and Karen were charged for contempt of court, assaulting the peace officer, and obstructing justice. So with that being said, you two were guilty of all charges that will sentence you to life sentences with no possibility of parole, he boomed. Judge Chelsea sentenced Billy and Karen Duntsch to life in prison without a chance of parole, and served justice for Diéguez's family and other families. So, the Terry and his wife and Isabel are very happy with justice for his family. They got what they deserve after the way they to my family, Terry said. Part 7. Wedding Day. After court of hearing, Terry and Isabella are very happy and having justice for Terry's family. After months, Terry and Isabella are getting married on August 14th, 2016. The family members and their friends showed up at their wedding to celebrate the wedding and party. It brings Terry's parents and brother joy, and they are proud of him for standing up for himself and being brave for them. Mom, Dad, and brother, we did it. It's served justice for you guys, and this is to this family. I wish you were here to help me with everything, Terry said. Isabella began so worried to Terry about still thinking about his parents and his brother. No pasa nada, Terry. Everything will be okay. I promise you. Your family loves you and your brother very much in their hearts. Family is not about blood. It's about love. Which means even when we fight, we still be there for each other when it counts, she said formally. Terry understood Isabella's words that she said. Then as the years flew by, Isabella got pregnant on January the 21st, 2019. Dr. Danny Wong replied after the baby was born. It's a baby girl. What would you like to name her? Isabella responded, Lucia Lola Diéguez. Terry applauded, Wow, that's a beautiful name, Isabella. That would be great. Part 8. Secrets Hidden. Billy and Karen Duntsch has a horrible secret that is hidden from everyone. Evangeline. Terry Diéguez went to their home and explored the house with horrible secrets. Terry looked under the couch and saw something unexpected. He saw the picture of the baby got shot in the head with the gun. Oh my goodness! That is terrible! I can't believe Billy and Karen will do such a thing like this. I'm going to show this to the police and the evidence, he said. He looked around and looked under the bed. Then he heard something screaming from the closet. He looked, and it was a little kid who was kidnapped and hurt. Oh my... Hey kid, are you okay? He asks. The little kid had been trapped in the closet forever. He took the kid home safely. Isabel was stunned, and she saw this. Terry, ¿qué pasa? And why is this kid hurt and not feeling good? She asks. This kid got kidnapped by the Duntschs, and this little guy can explain about what happened, he replies. The little kid explains about everything, and Isabel and Terry were shocked when he tells the truth about Billy and Karen Duntsch. He called the police about the evidence the little boy said that his parents were killed by the Duntschs. So, the boy was orphaned and alone. The evidence has been found from a secret. The little boy can't remember his old name, so Terry and Isabella adopted him and gave him a new name, Terry Keith Diéguez Jr. Part 9. The Evidence Proof. After weeks of searching, Terry Diéguez found the evidence that is hidden from the Duntsch's home and showed it to the police. Detectives say that they believe that Billy John Duntsch was the one who killed the baby and killed his brother Alberto, and they promised that they will honor his brother and his parents for justice for Diéguez's family. The next day, detectives Brenda Maya Lopez and Lucas Sammy Nelson asked Billy about what happened to Alberto, Giulia, and Javier Diéguez. Why did you kill somebody's baby? You know that is someone's baby, that is their family, Detective Nelson said. Billy Duntsch is very mad about everything, but his wife learned her lesson the hard way. No, he said. That is all a lie. I would never do such a thing, losers. I don't care about them anymore, he roared. Detectives are not going to take it seriously. Listen, Duntsch, Detective Lopez said, personally. We know you did all of this as a sin. You really hate family so much. You killed a baby that is theirs, not yours, she boomed. What you did is very wrong and not right, she said sternly. No! I hate everything! Life's not fair! I hate them! I want them to die and never come back ever again! He screamed aggressively. Detectives are shocked to hear about what he just said. Wow, Detective Nelson said. You really are a serial killer and child killer. You are going to regret your actions in your life. What happens on a mile stays on a mile. Always had, he replied. The next week, judge tells to sentence Billy to death for killing the Diéguez family and for the justice for the Diéguez family. Part 10. Keep moving forward. After the tragedy of the Duntsch's killed Diéguez's family, Terry and Isabella are free from the sad reality of their own lives. They had 2 kids, Terry Keith Diéguez Jr. and Lucia Lola Diéguez. They became a great family of their own lives. Billy John Duntsch was sentenced to death. Karen Kelly Duntsch still sentenced to life in prison with no parole. And it was served with justice for the Diéguez family and other families. Terry and Isabella are moved on and keep moving forward and leaving the past behind. Terry's parents and his brother are happy and proud of him for standing up for himself. And they lived happily ever after. The end. Well, guys, that is a story that I made for everybody. It is rated PG-13. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell to turn on notifications. And I'll see you guys next video next time. Bye-bye, everybody.